Yo, what's up, guys? It's the MMA Analyst here to give you my prediction for UFC on Fox, Guillard versus Miller. I really got to start paying attention. I had a bunch of people messaging me like, "Yo, are you gonna do a prediction for the Fox for the FX card?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course I am. Why not? I mean, why wouldn't I? You know what I mean?" And that was like a few days ago. Then somebody, "Hey man, FX." Yeah, for sure. I'm doing it. What's the big deal? It's a week and a half away. No, it's not. It's this Friday. Oops. So a little late with the predictions here, but let's get it done. Michael Bisping now no longer fighting Damian Maia, which I really wanted to see that fight because I thought that was more of a questionable fight. Same thing with Sonnen versus Munoz. Munoz is hurt. Now it's Sonnen versus Bisping. That's an easy-ass fight. And then Maia might not get a fight. And Paul Harris is ready to fight. Maybe Maia versus Paul Harris. Let's see if Maia can get that win. I mean, if they can get a fight, first of all. You know what I really want to do, like I said before. Just put Paul Harris in there. But, it is what it is, man. Damn. Sucks. Because I really don't want to actually see Paul Harris versus Maia because I really like both those fighters. Grappling-wise would be really dope, though. Anyways, if you're looking to bet on MMA, contact me. I've got a few links. It helps me out. I greatly appreciate it. Also, by the way, I want to set it up for the next 10. For the next 10 people who sign up to either Bovada, which is basically Bodog for Americans, or Sports Interaction, for the next 10, instead of 1 month, I'll do 2 months of my picks. All right, so free betting picks for 2 months, starting with, whatever, so let's say you signed up tomorrow, then it would start with this Fox card, this FX card. All right, and then I'd go for 2 months. Anyways, next 10. That was 30, just one. All right, let's go. Melvin Guillard versus Jim Miller. This is tough. Both these guys coming off the loss. Melvin Guillard got absolutely just stomped by Joe Lozon, 47 seconds. He was on a streak. He was ready to get his title shot. And yeah, man, Joe Lozon murdered him with the quickness. Caught him with a punch he kind of didn't see coming. Stunned him, took his back. I think it was a rear naked choke. That's it. Jim Miller got absolutely just blazed by Ben Henderson. And both of those guys were on their way to the top. The crazy thing about this fight is both these guys have an opportunity to basically immediately get right back in what Dana would call the mix, right? If Melvin Guillard beats Jim Miller, he'll be right back up there. If Jim Miller beats Melvin Guillard, same old thing. We know what the situation is here. Jim Miller wants to go out there, get the fight to the ground, do what Jim Miller does, do what he's best at. Do Jim Miller, do what got him to this point of 20 wins, 3 losses. At one point, before Ben Henderson, 20 wins, 2 losses. And Melvin Guillard wants to knock somebody's head off. That somebody, obviously, Jim Miller. That's really what it is. Like, do I think that Melvin Guillard is going to be able to catch Jim Miller? Do I think Jim Miller is going to be able to take Melvin Guillard down, hold him down? Because Melvin Guillard is kind of that brawler type, one of the very few in the lighter weight divisions. And you know what? The thing about it is, Jim Miller, I think, is too good for his own good. He's kind of confident in his striking in a sense that he will trade to set up his takedowns. There are certain people that will just go out there and try and go for takedowns. It's not a good idea. It never is. And most of the time, they're very telegraphed. They get stuffed. You know how it works. But I think Jim Miller is solid enough in his own mind, comfortable in his own mind, that he'll go out there and he won't just go for the takedown, which of course he should try and set it up with Guillard. But I think that that's going to open the door for Melvin Guillard to catch Jim Miller. And the thing about Melvin Guillard is, there's certain people where they hit you and then, you recover, or you go into that little phase. Oh man, I'm so busted up. Let me go for this muscle memory takedown. And you kind of wake up in their guard. But I think if Melvin Guillard hits Jim Miller, that doesn't happen. I think Melvin Guillard hits him, and it's basically like, body shuts down. He might go for that takedown, but he, grab a leg. And Melvin Guillard is not the kind of guy that I think gets taken down after rocking his opponent. And that's what I think is going to happen. I think he's going to catch Jim Miller in the first at some point, and he's going to finish him off in the first. If that doesn't happen, then most likely Jim Miller is going to win by decision. But I am going to go with Melvin Guillard via, knockout TKO type of thing. Another tough fight, Dwayne Bang Ludwig versus Josh Neer. Why is this tough, you ask? Because Josh Neer's wrestling or ability to get the fight to the ground is, it's okay. He's not good at it. He doesn't suck at it, but he can do it. And Dwayne Bang Ludwig, his ability to stuff takedowns is, it's okay. Not really that good. But his stand-up is really good. And that's another thing here. It's another situation where you've got, in this situation, is not nearly as good a wrestler as Miller. Ludwig is a very good striker. Both of these guys vets in combative sports. It's gonna look like wrestler versus grappler versus striker. I do think that Josh Neer is going to be able to get the fight to the ground, and I think that once he does get it to the ground, he'll be able to stay on top. I don't think Ludwig is going to be able to scramble back to his feet. And then after maybe a round of that, I see it being easier to, for it to happen again. And then rinse, repeat. Josh Neer winning probably a 29-28 decision. I will be rooting for Dwayne Bang Ludwig. I am a fan of his. But, I don't know. I think Josh Neer is going to pull this off. So I'm going to go with Josh Neer by a decision. Next fight, Mike Easton versus Jared Papazian, however you say his name. Basically, Mike Easton's probably going to just steamroll him, to be completely honest. Easton's solid fighter. He got some good wins. Chase Beebe, John Dodson. John Dodson, the Ultimate Fighting, champion, the Ultimate Fighter champion from last season, right? I think the little dude. Anyways, solid fighter. Mike Easton's got the wins. He only has one loss. He's 11-1. His one loss comes back to basically an injury. He got injured against Ronaldo Duarte back in 2007. Everything else has been a win. He was supposed to fight somebody else. That person got injured, and now instead he is fighting Papazian. I think that basically Easton, like I said, Easton wins. Probably I'm going to go with a TKO. He's, changed with a good squad, Alliance and also Lloyd Irvin. So he's got a lot of people around him. I think that's Dominic Cruz. He's got a strong squad around him. He's how old is this guy? 27 years old. I do think he's just gonna pretty much beat the hell out of Papazian. I'm gonna go with second round TKO. Pat Barry versus Christian Morecraft. This is gross because I almost feel like I need to pick Christian Morecraft just because of how bad Pat Barry's ground game is. But I almost feel like I have to pick Pat Barry because of how bad Christian Morecraft's stand-up is. This is bad. This is really bad. Damn. It just sucks because I feel like, Pat Barry could get taken down and submitted pretty quickly. But at the same time, Pat Barry could throw a few leg kicks and have Morecraft crying. I'm going to go with since this fight is just really a dumb fight in the sense that, damn, I don't want to see Pat Barry lose to Christian Morecraft. I'm going to go with Pat Barry chopping down Christian Morecraft's legs. And he's got to do it quick. He's got to do it within like 4, 5, 6 kicks. And then Christian Morecraft's got to get kind of desperate for takedowns. Pat Barry's got to move a little bit and then TKO. If he doesn't do that, he's going to get taken down. Probably lose with like a guillotine or something real stupid because he has no ground game. It's absolutely disgusting that he's even been able to go on this long and be still so one-dimensional. And really not that successful with his one dimension, 6-4. Stefan Struve, Czech Congo, back-to-back losses. Really, that loss to Czech Congo, he could have won that. He actually could have He could have won the Stefan Struve fight as well. Hell, he could have won the Mirko Krokop fight too, and he could have won the Tim Hague fight. Man, this guy just is his own worst enemy. Anyways, best he ever did was Anthony Hardonk, and that's when he needed it the most. And I think at this point in his career, he needs it the most again. He's had since that win over Anthony Hardonk, he's gone 1-3. I say he needed it the most because as the story goes, he was broke, living out of his car, eating rice and ketchup packs, and just broke as hell and kicked out of the gym, or just they wouldn't train him anymore. Where he was, I think it was with Host, or who was it? Anyways, where Anthony Hardonk trains or used to train. I forget. But the point is, he's in trouble right now. Being funny and being able to do a lot of backflips as a heavyweight is not going to keep you in the UFC. Not with the Strikeforce cats on the way over. I mean, the heavyweight division in the UFC is going to get beat up anyways. I mean, everybody that's not the top dudes, the rest of them dudes are going to get, like, Christian Morecraft, you're not going to be here. These, like, who else? Like Tim Hague or basically anybody this guy's fought, anybody Pat Barry's fought, and anybody that, what's it called? Meathead's fought. All those guys are all in trouble when it comes time to the end of when they bring over those Strikeforce guys. But anyways, in the meantime, they better do the thing. I'm going to pick Pat Barry, and I'm going to pick him by a TKO. Undercard, sheesh. I hope George or Jorge Rivera does win. George Rivera. But I'm going to go with Eric Schaefer. Yeah. I mean, he does take a beating a lot. But, I think his last loss was to Aaron Simpson, who has really good wrestling. So Aaron Simpson stuffs his takedowns and then smashes the hell out of you. I don't think that Rivera's going to be able to stop the takedowns, or really, repeatedly stop takedowns. Kamal Shalarus over Nurmagomedov. Khabib. Khabib is undefeated. I think he's like a 3-time Sambo champion. I've seen his fights, enough of them. He doesn't really set up his takedowns. He does a lot of feinting and then just shoots for a single. Shalarus, I think he can stuff a few takedowns and then hit him and knock him out. This could go either way. Charlie Brenneman over Daniel Roberts. Fabricio Camoes over Tommy Hayden. Here's another beatdown for the day. Daniel Pineda over Pat Schilling. And I've got Nick Dennis over Joseph Sandoval. So there you go. Those are my picks. Pretty quick, actually. I mean, it could have been quick if I wasn't such a talkative fool. The next one... Damn, yeah. I wonder what they're going to do with that. Now that Maya's kind of got a little bit of an issue. Hopefully they get him an opponent. And, yeah. MMA, it's important. Peace.